Hello, hello! Welcome back to another adventure here in Minecraft with me, SykoYoda. Today we are rejoicing because I have now gotten potato and carrot both off of zombies, which means I can have them over in my area. Spent a little bit of time doing some lighting up in different caving areas that are in my area, trying to get everything copacetic and taken care of. I also uncovered some diamonds while doing some work on the hole for King of the Ladder, which means I am now up to 20 diamonds in the surplus, which is great because we were down to 0 after repairing my pick last time. I'm very stoked, though, that is the case, because that means I don't have to worry about going into searching mode for diamonds anytime soon. I'm not a fan of spending a lot of time looking for caves that are at the appropriate level, and I'm not ready to get into a project of doing some strip mines or some mine shafts of any sort. So it's a very, very good thing that we got set up with some diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and finish off with this bone meal here real quick as much as I can. Put some potatoes in a furnace. I also, the reason why I decided to come over here and do this was I'm going to be needing some water breathing, and I believe that's carrots. If I memory serves me correctly. No, water breathing is fishing. Water breathing is fishing, and I have some of those already from working on the hole. So night vision is carrots. That'll help us see underwater. Yes, that'll work. I'm also going to be needing some vines and stuff, which I will show you. Aside from going over to Water Bear's place and getting them, I think I've already shown this on camera, but since we're over here, I don't think we've been over in this area in a long time, so I will show you what's what on that. I don't think there's anything with the poisonous carrots yet, or potatoes yet, is there? I don't understand why we still have them in the game if they don't do anything, except for make you sick if you eat them. That's it. Well, nothing doing there. I feel like my steps are silent. I should be making noises. Is this a bug that came out with one of the recent updates or something? I'm not making any noise. Well, I'm going to relog after I show you guys this. So, you've seen the cow area, you've seen the tree area. Essentially what I'm doing for the vines is doing these, and then I'll cut them up as far as I can. Still just growing trees randomly, but I also got the wheat going all up in here, and that's been working really well for us to get some resources going. I don't have much in the way of trees because I haven't spent much time over here, but while we're over here real quick, I'll go ahead and do some breeding, and then I'm going to head over to the makeshift hidey hole, grab a couple of things, and then head into the nether in the storage area, grab a couple of things, and I'm going to be meeting you over by the main portal area, because today I think it is finally time that we start working on that a little bit and getting that set up to be more conducive to having people come through it. Now that I have all of the, well, not all of the, but the 2 portals that I have situated and ready to use are all set up, I want to make sure that it's actually easier for me to use them. Makes sense, right? This side. Yes, I did get lost. Shush. So something I've been wanting to work on for a while now is finally going to happen, and I'm going to need a lot of dirt for it, so I'll go ahead and just grab a crap ton of it at the moment. It's going to need a couple other things too, which I have collected a little bit of, but we'll get to all of that as we get along. Also, I'm going to come over here and grab some, I made night vision. I need to grab some water breathing because I think they're all over here. But while we're over here, let's go ahead and take a look at the progress here. Got the entrance all figured out. I got some lighting with some pumpkins in there. These ones have lava in them. And then we've got the staircase all figured out. That goes all the way down. That's about all we've done with that, but I got a nice smooth transition. Can run on it, which is always important. Doing all that stuff tends to... Let's go ahead and put 3 of these guys on me, and we'll take the night visions out of here. There we go. Anyway, it always tends to be a hassle when you're doing the running if you don't have half slabs. If you try to use stairs, it doesn't really work. And since I want, you know, people to feel like they can move pretty quickly through here, went ahead and did that. It works pretty well. The other idea was making it so that I could expand this and add other things. So like over here will be something. I think all this stuff is just going to end up disappearing at some point. Maybe I'll have a staircase or some kind of passageway this way and one this way. So I could add 2 more areas. I only have 1 other game planned from this hub at the moment. But should work for us. Should work for us. Haven't done anything in the main nether hub where all the storage and stuff is, except for move more of it over there, as I said. I also made the makeshift hidey hole thing smaller. It's just now big enough for chests, some chests, and my bed. Still haven't moved that, which I hope to do that pretty quick here. So the idea was to make this pond/lake area smaller than it is and also connect it in. And I talked about doing it in a couple of different locations, but I still like the wraparound idea, coming around this corner and wrapping it into that way, which means I'm not going to end up digging any of this stuff out. I do, however, want to get rid of a lot of this water. All these running water things, they just don't look good. I wouldn't mind having a couple. Like that one right there looks amazing. So I can, more than likely, I'll keep that one. What all this comes down to is I need a way to get this more rounded or shallow feeling, and I also need a way to make this more swamp feeling. Because of the generation, it doesn't generate the way it's supposed to, and we got to kind of make it up as we go along. That is interesting. Looks like something sunk in right there. I wonder if that's a spawner under there. Could just be a cave. But easiest way to do that would be to come in at this level right here and create a water flow, or not a water flow, a water situation. So like we have the whole thing be this shallow, then we would create the illusion of this still all being it'd all be water, but it would be more of a pond, more of a swamp feel to it. So I'm going to go ahead and take these guys here, and I'm going to lay out the stuff, I think at this level, I think is where I want to go with it. Basically, I'm just going to fill in all the way across the water here, like so. Just go all the way around the thing and fill all of this in at that level. Do I have a shovel on me? I got a couple. While I'm at it, I might as well grab this stuff since it is fairly hard to get a hold of. Might as well get the stuff that is here, right? I'm not concerned about filling this in all together because it is water. It will not spawn stuff except for squids, so there's no reason to concern myself with it being filled in. To the point that it just makes it that much less of a chance or area for caves or any of that stuff to worry about too. Like, I can't imagine spending all the time to get rid of all of that. It just would be pointless. Be pointless. Now I know that they've changed the way water works, but I don't know if... Is this stuff below me here filling in? Is this actually water sources now, like down here? I don't know. And Already down with that shovel. There's actually a lot of clay. Alright, so we got that section kind of taken care of with that. Let's go ahead and get back to putting this stuff in so I can show you guys what I'm doing here. So as you can see, I'm actually 2 layers below instead of 1 layer below. And all the swampy areas, swampy areas, that's a word, are actually 1 layer below, like that is right there. But that doesn't allow for me to add in light, and I want to be able to do that. I feel like there's a current right there. So what I'm hoping to be able to do is still create in an area like this the feel of the swamp, which means you have this scattered spattering of land, right? We're going to have to come back in and do grass more than likely. I think it will grow on the diagonal, so it's not going to be that big of a deal, but so we have things that look like this, where you just have different holes and pockets of water, and then depending on how big you want it, you can have it bigger, you can have it smaller, etc. And then we'll have just pockets of water like this. And you can't see below that, and there's nothing there. And then they put lily pads over the top of it. If I grab this lily pad here. So they put in a lily pad on pretty much every thing of water. There's a lily pad. There's a couple that usually don't have it, but it is quite a bit of it. And that's essentially what the swamps look like, right? All flat like that. Well, I'm going to do the multiple layers, because then we have this section here with this ground off of it, like so. I can take out the stuff below it, and I can put a pumpkin down there. I can place it immediately because we already have the ground in place, and we'll have lighting underneath it. So I put a pumpkin underneath here, you know, surrounded by dirt, so it's not super easy to see. You put down your lily pads just as you have them over there, and you got light coming through the lily pad sections. Now it's not going to create a lot of light, and I believe that it is still low enough that it will not get rid of spawning. I don't think, if I was to put these like super close to each other, I don't think spamming them would still create enough light level to completely get rid of spawning in the area, but it's going to reduce it quite a bit because it will increase the light level. Along with that, we're going to give ourselves more surface for some slimes to spawn, and the spawning is naturally, and it's not like super big amount of spawns, but will help give us some more slimes from time to time, just as we're coming out our own front door picking all this stuff up. Alright, so I'm going to get back to doing this for a while I have the potions and effects going in, and we're just going to run through as much as I can. If I have enough dirt to do the whole thing, I will do it. If not, I won't. And I'll see you on the other side. Alright, I'm just about finished this all up here. I got a couple more areas that I want to get buttoned up, but we'll go through them as we do. Main area is pretty much done though. And then I'm also going through and filling in stuff like that so it's automatically in there. I want to go back in and take some of this stuff out probably. While I was off camera, you'll notice got myself a shovel, but I also did this here, the feather falling and fire protection had on a book. And it was always the intention to make boots out of them. The boots I had only Drep Strider 1 on them. And they were just about ready to break, so I went ahead and combined them with a new set of boots, along with making that shovel there. And then I've been going around and kind of landscaping just a little bit, and then along with that I've been going through and seeing what water I want to keep. So like that one I kept, that one I don't know if I wanted to keep that one or not. I'll have to go take a look. I haven't been over there yet. That one I wanted to keep on purpose, and I gotta take all this stuff out. I want to keep that one right there. This one I will go bye-bye for sure, and this one will probably go bye-bye as well. Oops. Put it in the wrong spot. And then I went ahead and filled this section in too, so I'll have some more swamp landscape in and around here. Along with this though, I want to kind of build up certain areas, so as I've finished all of this off, I want to go in, I'll use this as an example over here. I want to go in and make sure that the landscape makes sense. So we're going to make everything kind of shallow. So everywhere that this would be here, like so. And then we're going to leave this open to be conducive for this waterfall drop here. And we'll go ahead and do that like so. We're going to bring this all the way around as well. Then I gotta go back and fill all that in, right? I can leave in a couple of pockets to put in some lighting since it is at the right level, and then we'll have that good to go. But then the next level, just so it fits in right, would be, you know, all the way around like so. Let's go ahead and leave this one. Oops. Open as well for a light. And fill that in. So we have like an actual natural feel to the landscape, like it's coming down the way it should be. Go ahead and put one here as well. And we'll continue that on. And then we just got to worry about doing the top of it in. So we got all this in place. We're going to be putting some lights in, and then we just add in the sporadic stuff like so. Put some lights underneath so everything's glowing well, and then this will all just be kind of swampy area just like this, and it should all tie into each other pretty well. I'm not going to worry too much about landscaping everything to make it super smooth. I'm going to have some issues for a while with having Endermen in the area, I'm sure. So we're going to have to deal with that, like that one that just went into my face. Holy cow. Come here, Dookie. You're not very smart. Okay. Anyway, that's the plan there. But as you can see, this is all my dirt. This is all I have left. So I'm not going to be able to get all of this done the way I want to get it done with what I have. I have taken down a couple of hills. I flattened that off up there. But I think what we're going to do is, once I have exhausted what I have on me here, I'm going to go over this way and see if any of those Podzol islands... Oh, hello. Oh, I didn't see this one. Why is there boats over here? That doesn't make any sense. Did he bring them over here? So, Water Bear a while ago decided to try to do a prank on me while I was online, and it didn't work too well because I was coming through the tunnel and he was heading the other direction. He kind of knew I was heading back because we were on Skype together. And then I just saw that. Well, that tells me that there's more to it than this. But essentially, I came into the portal there, and there was a wither tea in the center, and it's all because of that thing over there. And I did notice that he changed the tea into soul sand, but he keeps on telling me that there's a sign I need to find. Well, you can't tell me that there's a sign, dude. I have to find the sign. That's not how pranks work. You're not supposed to, like, actually tell me about it. He keeps on telling me I'm being a bad YouTuber because I haven't investigated. So I guess I should probably head up there and see what the heck that thing says. But I will do that when it gets daytime. And we'll be right back with you guys. This area is going to be so cool once you get it a little bit under control. It's a little bit too chaotic at the moment. Got some weird things like these trees that overhang because they had to grow on dirt. And the spawning, you know, the way that the spawning algorithms work, it doesn't exactly make sense all the time. That's alright. It just means a little bit of cleanup. Ain't no big thing. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Pro jumper. It should be up here somewhere. I don't know. Is this plains? I wonder if it is. If that is the case, I could get horses over here. Speaking of horses, we had some stuff come about that. I will have to show you that here in a minute. Okay, here's the tea. Holy gosh. He actually put wither skulls on it? Dude. That is terrible. When does he have the time to go get all... I mean, he's already got a beacon, for crying out loud. I'm nowhere... Dude, no. I try to do a beacon, I'm gonna get my butt handed to me. Ain't happening. Wow. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just leave that there for now. This is the tea right here. I can't believe he actually put skulls up here. Holy. Well, what you leave a workbench? Leave a workbench. You know what? I got extra boats on me. I'm just gonna go down this way. Woohoo! Oh snap! So I'm gonna just spend some time digging the crap out of all this stuff. I don't even intend on taking the trees down at this point. What I'm going to do is grab dirt and podzol at the same time, and we'll go until I get bored or the shovel's about to break, whatever comes first. Crazy thing happens on 420. Everybody talks about smoking weed, especially here in Washington State, you know, being legal and all. I myself have never personally tried it. I don't have a problem with anybody who does smoke weed or anything like that. It's just a personal choice, I guess. Obviously, it's not that big of a deal anymore if it's legal. When it was illegal, that was a big deal to me. Just simply because if you were going to partake in something that was an illegal activity and you were going to do it around me or mine, I wanted to make sure that first of all, you ask ahead of time, and secondly, you are aware that you're putting other people, you know, in jeopardy of some sort. Casual use has never really been a big deal, especially in Washington State. Really, just get a slap on the wrist type of thing. So it was not like I was expecting to, you know, have somebody try to say that it was mine that they were holding or something like that. It's just you know, it was against the law, so you try to stay away from it. But since, you know, 420 is come and gone, everybody's like, oh, everybody's blazing it up today. Well, I'm sure that was true. But 420 itself, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that day. It didn't cause me any trouble or any pain of any kind whatsoever. The issue I ran into was the next day, on 421. The next morning, I'm going to take my kid to school, as I usually do. Just regular old day of doing the usual things, being a stay-at-home dad. And everybody's just driving like a freaking numpty. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm seeing people not figuring out what lane they want to be in. I'm seeing people doing just ridiculous amounts of mirror checks and going way too slow, 5 to 10 miles underneath the speed limit. And this is a road that I drive 4 times a day. I go back and forth in the morning and back and forth in the afternoon. So I know the road. I could go so far as to tell you pretty much the characteristics of the driving of pretty much all the vehicles that I encounter, except for on 421, as a car alarm goes off in the background. Alright, sounds like they've stopped their car alarm there. So, yeah, 421 morning. Everybody is paranoid as hell and either still high or what, I don't know. But from what I gather about marijuana use, it doesn't make you like hungover or anything. So the only thing I can figure is everybody was at work that day and waited to toke it up until they got home, and then we're still under the effects the next morning on their way to work. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. But that's not even the weirdest part. The weirdest part was the conversation that I overheard as I arrived at school to drop my son off. It took place between 3 women of the same family. One is a daughter, one is a mother, and one is a daughter-in-law. And this is exactly what happened. I'm not making any of this up. I drive in, open the door, get Corbin out with his backpack, and all of a sudden I hear, "Are you okay?" "Why? What's wrong with her?" the daughter says. Mom says, "Oh, she had a C-section scheduled this morning and she forgot it." She's speaking about the daughter-in-law. She forgot it? She had a C-section planned and scheduled, and she missed it because she forgot it. Who does that? How do you forget a C-section? It's the craziest freaking thing I've ever heard in my life. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm still just baffled that was even a conversation that was had. The only thing I can figure is that it was the day after 420. And that makes it even worse because she's pregnant. So was she blazing it up? Was her husband blazing it up and she was just a second-hand smoker, if you will? I don't know. I'm completely baffled about that one. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. The world we live in, folks. The world we live in. So, that is my reasoning why the day of 420 is not a bad thing. I've never had anything bad happen to me. I've never encountered anybody that acted crazy or done crazy things. But the day after, on 421, notoriously seems to be issues. I'm still picking stuff up pretty good, but I'm about full. Alright, I'm going to make sure I'm not missing anything here. I'm going to go ahead and head back to my inventory and maybe make a couple more runs, but I do have quite a bit of I have quite a bit of Dwight already. So, but this is my plan, is just come over here and just harvest the crap out of this stuff. And I will have the podzol that I've been so happy and so much waiting for in my experiences in Minecraft. I have big plans for it. And then I also will plan on getting going on some more of the swamp area, kind of beautifying that out and stuff. But I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys are enjoying your day, and I hope to see you in the next one. As usual, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget that like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.